Hi, Peter Charles here of Hooked Fly Fishing, and today we're going to look at Harry Lemire's winter fly. It's a lovely looking fly in a salmon color, which is an unusual color for steelhead. Now, a friend of mine used salmon and white as a pattern some years ago, and he did quite well with it. So I think it's a color that deserves a little bit more attention, especially when the water has a greenish hue to it. So let's get looking at the materials and get started. My hook is a salmon single in a size 4. You could go up to a 2/0 if you wanted to. It's for the West Coast, it's a winter fly. It's designed to really get down, so a heavier hook is probably advantageous. Where I live, it's not such a big deal, so a size 4 is probably a good idea for me. The thread is UTC 140 in red. We're going to use gold silver mylar for both the tag and the rib. Any flat tinsel will do the job. The tail is composed of salmon and red, and the hackle is going to be salmon. The body is salmon dubbing, and we're going to use white goat hair for the wing. So, let's get tying. So we bring our thread back to the hook point, and now for our mylar. This is gold silver, so as usual we're tying it in gold side up. So when we start to wind, it goes over to silver. You could use a flat tinsel in place of this. If I had some flat silver tinsel, I would be using it. Okay, now for the tail, and we're going to use a combination of red and salmon mixed together. Pinch loop. Okay. Now to dub the body. Now you'll notice this dubbing has a sparkle in it. This is dubbing I blended myself some years ago for other steelhead patterns. There's conventional dubbing available on the market in a salmon color, so just use that instead. Okay, now for the rib. One pass at the back and bring forward. Okay, now for the salmon hackle. Use a feather that has some very long barbs on it. This is sort of a very flowy, webby type of pattern that requires a long, soft barb. So if you're selecting your saddle hackle, make sure you pick one that has long barbs to it. Fold the barbs over and pinch them against the quill. You want them to lay back. When you start to wind, if you're finding some are rolling forward, just sweep them back. And now for the goat hair. Now this hank is quite long. I'm only going to be using the tip. And some of that is quite straggly, so I'm going to pick some of this out and try to even it up. Now this is supposed to be a sparse wing, so I'm not tying on a thick clump. I'll just get it in there and then I'll adjust the length. Just be supposed to be like a hint of a wing. There we go. And now to wet finish. Okay, there we go, the hairy Lemire's winter fly. Very simple pattern, and those lovely long fluorescent salmon barbs are going to flow extremely well, and on a dull day they're just going to glow in the current, in that steelhead green water. So give it a try, the hairy Lemire's winter fly.